welcome to the Get Ready with God podcast. My name is Julie Taylor, and I am your host, and I am not God. Obviously, I'm not an expert. I'm not even a scriptorian. I'm literally just a girl sitting in front of a microphone, hoping God is real. The Get Ready with God podcast is the daily devotional podcast to help you see divinity in every day. I am wearing the same outfit still. It's a week later. I do need you to know that everything has been washed. Okay? Anyways, welcome to the podcast. This week is a short week. There will be no episode on Thursday or Friday this week due to Thanksgiving. I'm taking some time off. Also, a heads up scheduling wise, I'm also taking 2 weeks off in December because frankly, I'm tired. Okay. Love that for me. Love that for us. This week, I had the opportunity to go to my friend's class. Her name is Kim, and she teaches a lot of different classes on writing, but this particular one was kind of how to get your book published, like the timeline, the process, if you want to write a book. I don't even think it's necessarily about getting published. That is one path, which is if you've always wanted to write a book, here's how you can do it. And here's kind of the process. And if you are a person who's ever wanted to write a book, I would highly recommend looking her up. She's Talk Wordy to me on Instagram, but she is a wonderful, talented writing coach and teacher, and she has a lot of experience. And she writes fiction, okay? Hats off, bow down to people who write fiction. That seems so much harder to me than nonfiction, and it's a skill set that I find really beautiful and inspiring. So she teaches these great classes. I got to go on my lunch break from work, and she said something that I can't stop thinking about, and I wrote it down. She said, it's therapeutic to let yourself tell the truth in your book. And I think it is really therapeutic. It's also really terrifying and really vulnerable, because if people reject a performative version of you, if people reject a walled up version of you, if people reject an alternative version of you, it doesn't hurt quite as much as when people reject you and your core, like you as your truest self, when you're telling the truth, when you're just being yourself at the most vulnerable, raw, natural state. And I was just thinking about how my faith really didn't start working for me until I was able to show God that version of myself. And I think God has always known. And actually, one of the things my therapist challenged me to do this week is to not mask and perform as much, because God created me as I am. So maybe he wants me to be that version of myself in more places than I'm allowing right now. But my faith didn't really start to expand and start to make sense for me until I really let God see who I was and just came really clean and was really honest just about, I don't believe this, and I don't think this is true, and I don't think this is real, and I don't feel that way, and I'm actually this way, and I struggle with this. And when my prayers became those conversations instead of whatever crap I was putting together before, hiding behind all of the facades that I wanted to be true that weren't, that's when God was actually able to reach me and to work on me as a human and as a divine creation. That's when I was actually able to start building faith. That's when I was actually able to start letting God's will guide me in life, when I was actually finally able to start aligning what I wanted versus what maybe he needed from me. And maybe this all sounds crazy and maybe you don't relate to any of it at all, but it's therapeutic to let yourself be yourself. It's therapeutic to tell the truth. And I know it's scary in the world for a million reasons, but it's not scary with God. It's not. Because one, he already knows. And it's cute that we think that we can pretend. But two, we were created by heavenly parents, divinely created to be who we are. And so I think faith clicks when we start showing up as that version. And I think God reaches us when we're able to put all of those walls down and vulnerably show up and say, this is who I actually am. This is how I actually feel. And then see what God can do with you. If me asking you to be yourself is triggering in a million ways, I get it, but I beg you to take it to God instead. Because the world might be a scary place to be yourself, but with God is not. God is a safe place to be you because he made you like you intentionally. It's not so easy to just hear, be yourself, but I am going to challenge you this week. Ooh, especially going into the holiday, where we take on so many weird expectations of other people and morph into different versions of ourselves to survive. I challenge all of us this week to be ourselves and to show that self to God. Show yourself. That song, is actually a divine hymn. Go listen to Show Yourself from Frozen. Love ya. Bye.